My name's Ian Duckett. I own Body and Design, which is a personal training business, coaching business as well. It's not like work, it's a passion. I'm very high energy, I get a lot done, I live a really active life. What I have done is done something I love doing. I've achieved all I've wanted to do in bodybuilding, winning the World Championships and the British Championships.
Ian was working in the gym where I was training. He sounded really inspiring and motivating, and I thought I could do with somebody training me like that.
So what I've done is taken the number 3 and put it through every programme I've ever used in my life. 3 meals, 3 snacks, 3 litres of water, 3 workouts a week, 3 drill sessions. I could go on and on and on. So all that person's got to think about is the number 3, and it'll make any routine easy to understand.
Ian is really motivating. There's lots of personal trainers out there that are good, but there's some that are absolutely excellent.
I get a lot from seeing my clients improve and obviously compete themselves. It gives me a job satisfaction. It gives me a buzz, because I will give somebody 100% everything I have, work first thing in the morning till last thing at the night, make sure they have things there when they want it there, but only if they will do as I asked of them. Okay, this will be the new Body and Design within another week or so. I've always had this part of the gym, this sort of this single garage area. Everything's just thrown in here at the moment. Taking notice of the mess. Obviously, there's been building work. A couple of leg pieces of kit here. I'm going to fit these up. I'm going to have one of the leg machines there. Dumbbell rack here. Okay, another leg machine here. Leg extension, leg curl, and then obviously open this out a lot more. Put the other dumbbell rack over in the corner there, set out the benches where they need to be. New carpet's going down, it's got to be painted, heaters have got to go in, lights have got to go in. But it's only probably about a week away now, about a week away to it being set up. About my last move, I've always wanted to work actually from home with my business, so I'm quite excited about it, I really am. Looking forward to it. Hi, welcome to the business section of Body and Design. Lots of things have changed since just before Christmas, since we last met. Body and Design studio I sold on to a good friend of mine, Tony, who's opened it as Energize Fitness Centre. So we had a gym built at home, and it probably took about 6 weeks to build it. And I work all my clients from here now. The reason being, and the reason for the sale of Body and Design, is that my wife is terminally ill with cancer, so I need to be at home for her and for the kids. Louise needed to know that the business could function at home eventually when I'm on my own. I know that's an awful thing to say, but that's what we needed to see for peace of mind for her and for myself, to make sure that the business would run very well. So things are pretty good on the business side of things, and I'd just like to explain to you a little bit of how we run Body and Design, and a little bit of the tricks of the trade, as you will, to sort of give you an idea to improve your own business. So this is the gym anyway. It's small, but it's exactly what we need. Obviously the overheads are ridiculously low now, so the earning potential is a lot different. As you can see, there's everything we need. I've got all my dumbbells set out. I've got my power rack. I can't live without a power rack. I love them. Everything works. The basics in here all the time. General pulleys, and that's for pull downs. I've got a leg extension, leg curl machine. I've got another machine just being delivered yesterday, which I'm going to put into the space there, which is a seated back machine, like a lever row. And I've got the squat machine over in the corner there. Everything I need, and when I need more space, floor space, so to speak, other than working inside the rack, I use outside, for lots of deadlifts and things as well, outside the kettlebell work. I have a box out there full of tools of my trade, so to speak, ropes, kettlebells, more bars, more weights, and prowlers and things. So everything I need to do my job, with the clients I have. Okay, so we've done our bit this morning, and you're energised from this afternoon till this evening. So who you got in today?
I've got Joanna in, who's just started now getting ready for a 15-week programme to do the Yorkshires.
To do the Yorkshire, brilliant. So have you started on her baseline diet now?
She's on a baseline diet. She's done a week of heavy training, and then this week she's starting with me on a shaping week. And I just wanted to check with you what really
for that, because she's on that shape week, power week, shape week, which you're doing for the competition, the 3-1, the competition prep one. So she's on that. The power week is obviously going to keep the size to her, and obviously keep her metabolism, keep as much muscle on her as possible. And then the shape week, it needs to be structured for her, which is what you've mentioned to me. You know what she's needing, because she has got some areas what a little bit weaker, hasn't she? I.e., she's got really good quads, which makes her glutes not as good, and then she's got brilliant arms, which makes her back not as good, because her arms are taking, her biceps and forearms and shoulders are taking all the brunt of the work of her back exercises. So I think you're right with what we mentioned earlier, where you said that you might be better at doing all body programs, but every time she meets you on, you know, like tonight's Thursday night, every time she meets you is start with a different area, so that's getting the priority of the program. So you mentioned that you might do glutes and that tonight. So obviously legs and bums. So she's on a shape week, which is like more the intensity type stuff and targeted for her. So give us a little insight of what you've done.
I was thinking that if I start with like cable butt kicks.
Perfect, good.
Because she can do them with me rather than on her own at the gym.
It's easier for you to strap her in and out, isn't it?
I was thinking to show a one-legged leg press, just because I always get that feeling
Feel it right into the glute and the side of the glute,
And then onto squats, or possibly a deadlift.
Well, no, I think you're good with that, and you could, with it being obviously being a shape week, you could do that in like a tricep, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And go that 3 times round. You bang on with starting with the cable butt kick, because what that is doing, as you know, because we've done this and we've done it with a lot of clients, is it's pre-fatiguing the glutes. With the glutes being the biggest, strongest muscles of a body, you know, the biggest, strongest muscles you have. Every time she does a squat, it's her quads what are taking it. Every time she's doing a leg press, it's her quads what are taking it. So if we pre-fatigue the glutes, then when she goes into the other movements, like the one-legged leg press and the squats, the glutes are already going to be pre-fatigued. So the other muscles actually push them further into the fatigue zone. So, you know, we need to be getting an ache there. We need to plump that bum up, because obviously figure is small waist, curvy bum, wide shoulders, tapered back. It's all about that shape, isn't it, off the side and everything. If you don't have a butt, you know, figure you're not going to do very well in.
So she's going to love me when she gets onto
that. As a tricep would be murder. And then what have you got from there?
And then I'm thinking about her back, because obviously she needs that width. She's not wide enough yet.
I mean, you could start with a back workout like next week, couldn't you? As the priority, because the priority is obviously the start of the workout. It's going to get the lion's share of the energy into it. So if you do next week, you do back with her. But again, we've spoke about this before, because we've needed this with you as well, haven't we? Opening up the taper of the upper body. And, you know, what have you done there? Have you put an isolation movement in there before the compound stuff?
Well, I've put in chins first.
Well, think about this, and I'm not pulling you to bits here, but think. Now, if you start with chins, right, a good, solid, basic movement, which for most people, it's going to give them an incredible back. But with Jo, think about Joanne and think about what she has on her body and what's going to take the most of that type of the workout and the way she does her chins. It's going to be her arms. Because you've done a lot of chins with her, and she can do chins very well, but she's still not got the back development from it. So, you know, I would, on that day, because on a power day, she's got in chins anyway, isn't she? Along with some deadlifts and other bits and bats. I would do something like a pullover, which is going to stress the lats without the aid of the biceps. If you pre-fatigue a lats with like a stiff arm pull down, a pullover, something like that, you know, or that dumbbell stiff arm row, which we've done in the past, that will pre-fatigue a lats. And when she does go to like a pull down or a chin where her biceps are involved, her biceps being fresh and strong actually is pushing them lats on now. You know, it's actually going to make her lats work a lot harder, and it's going to give her that taper she needs, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, but you're on the right track, absolutely. And the only thing you've not done wrong, but slightly in a different order for her not to get the benefit from it. That's it really. And she's still sticking to an all body program, which will burn the most of the calories up for her as she's getting ready for her competition. And with her having 5 kids, obviously she's when she gets to the gym, she's getting more workouts per body part, per week, per month, and so on and so on. So she doesn't have to be in the gym every day, does she? 3 times a week training. It's going to be optimum for her for a competition.
She's doing her drills, and I've told her to keep on this baseline for 4 weeks. And
I think 3 weeks would be better. 3 weeks would be better. Assess it, because then it'll have settled nicely in. We'll be able to see where she is, and you'll be able to see what that baseline is doing for her. It's the same foods day in, day out. So she's got to have Groundhog Day for the next 3 weeks, and then we can see where things are going then. And then, you know, we'll be able to discuss again, you know, what you could do with from moving on from there.
I've got Johnny on tonight. He's doing his power program.
Yeah, Power Hit 3, yeah.
Power Hit 3, yeah. And I just wanted to check with you really how I can do a variation of a hack squat with him, because I haven't got the kit down there.
Do you remember when we did the hit 3 a while back, like, you know, sort of tail end of last year? We were doing hack squats, and we did them with kettlebells, with chains, and we also did them with a trap bar, because the trap bar can be used for like a squatting action as well as like a deadlift. Remember, a lot of people pick up a trap bar and they squat it, don't they? But we put our heels on something, didn't we? And then we plates, which just elevated your heels enough to keep your body really upright, and that way then we was able to do hacks then. You can take that to a failure with him, can't you? Because you can come really slow down, pause, and just off the lockout at the top to keep the tension on the muscle. Don't let him lock out, because there will be no tension there, because the weight's actually at the side of his thighs. So, you know, try the trap bar or the kettlebell squats. You've done the kettlebell squats. Yeah, so it keeps them right at side. Or the trap bar, use that, and you haven't even got to think then of the balance of things, really.
Yeah.
But how's he been going so far anyway? He looks bigger. It looks like he's getting some muscle size.
He was ummed and ahed about it at the start, doing one set of everything.
Yeah, because they don't think that's going to actually be enough. But, you know, this new programme we've done, there's more sets per body part, but one set per exercise, isn't there? So. But
he's certainly feeling it. I check with him. I text him next day and
see how he is. Yeah.
How you feeling? And he's like, oh yeah, my chest is sore and.
Well, I see him once a week sometimes at the boot camp, and I have noticed he's gained some more muscle. So it's actually worked for him, the programme, and moving on to this programme. He said he gained about half a stone, and he's still really lean. You know, you can still see his abs and that. So he's doing really well.
But yeah, he's working really hard. He's
good
his stuff. Yeah.
Good. Good. Is that you covered there on everything then?
I'm covered, yeah, that's it really. I haven't had a chance to do the high incline shoulder press this workout with him yet. So
well, that can be done in the pins, I think, in the rack if you wanted to do that. You remember the one where we set the bench at probably about 80 degrees, and you can push that off the pins if you wish. So it stresses like the shoulders, but also right across the upper chest as well. So, you know, you're covering all the basics there. You've got your bench press in the rack, then normal incline bench. Then we've got machine press, which you can use, you know, the one down at Energize as well. And then a fly, and then a dip. You're keeping it all to every point of the chest there, and shoulders, the whole shoulder girdle and chest girdle really, and then dropping it into the triceps on that one. But you keep getting the legs and back one with him, do you?
Yeah, how it's
get him to try and swap it around one of the weeks so you can get a different workout with him.
If we swap it round, so we can have a go at this one. Check he's doing
just so you check his style, just to make sure that his rib cage is open, his shoulders are down, and you know the score. Yeah, you've got that all tuned into you well enough, haven't you?
No.
Brilliant.
And that's it, really.
All right, chick. Well done. You're doing awesome. This is Cindy. She lives in Dubai. Started working with you a little bit online. Obviously, you competed, didn't you, my love? And did very, very well, won your competition. And then what you've done since there is we've worked together a little bit more on the business side of things, as well as obviously helping you get ready for competitions. And now you have a business based through the three thing for yourself. So this is Cindy, and we're just going to have a little chat today about obviously some of the things we have obviously going at the moment. So how's things going with you, hon?
Yeah, first week of Crom Prep has been a bit hard. Obviously, just having to focus on not having the little cheats in between. But yeah, a little bit hungry, in between meals. But as you said, I'm sure after about a week, just to stick to it. But feeling confident because obviously started a little bit earlier, so still got 13 weeks. So yeah, I'm feeling confident I'll get there.
Good. Oh, you sure will. So, and how's business going?
Yeah, it's starting to pick up a little bit more now. Obviously, with the trip over to the UK because of Nan, kind of, put a spanner in the works. But now we've changed the classes, so they're not going to be on a Wednesday morning anymore. We're going to have it on a weekend, so there's no excuse for people not to be able to make it for school runs, etc.
Right.
So yeah, we're looking at. I just want to really kind of. I've had to post that it is a really hard, full body workout, because a lot of the ladies thought, well, it was pre and postnatal, so it was a little bit too easy.
Right.
So I'm really trying to drum home to say, look, pregnant ladies can attend, but that's not mainly what the class is for.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So we've got in the studio, they've got obviously, the bar that you use for body pump. They've got a couple of straps, they've got steps. But I just want to kind of keep it as much just body weight with as little apparatus as possible.
That way, then you're obviously not having to run around correcting exercise style with all the girls. And if you've got those basic exercises in, they're working the body as a whole, so you can actually keep the class going really well and burn a lot of calories doing it. So you're combining the body parts very well, like probably legs and bum and an upper body and back to back. Tell me how you're doing that.
Well, I just thought what I would do is, because I quite like the program that you gave me in the gym, which was 1 to 12, 12 back down again and back up. So I thought we'd
yeah.
like a ladder circuit.
Right. Well, you start at the first exercise. You run it down all the way, and then run it back up again, and then down again. Okay.
Yeah.
Because going back in the reverse way makes it very difficult, doesn't it? And then obviously coming back through it again. Good idea. So if you could do that, obviously, I think you've got that a 1 to 9, haven't you? Is your program?
The one you gave me was 1 to 12, but obviously bearing in mind we're quite limited because obviously we don't have the equipment.
Right.
So I was thinking, is it best to do kind of so start lower body, upper body, lower body, upper body, in the middle do some geckos, and then go again, lower, upper, lower.
Yeah, I think I like that. Yeah, that's really good what you've come up with there. Do that and then go back again, up and then through it again. That will make it really tough. Good. So are you girls picking up? Is everything going okay?
It is, to be honest, now that there's kind of been a little bit more awareness that I'm competing again, and obviously with 3 program, because the two other obviously is a different federation that you usually prep the girls for, and they are mainly going through the guys who are affiliated with WBFF. So there is a lot of interest now about, well, how is it that I'm spending half the amount of time in the gym compared to the other girls, and prepping for the same show. So it is creating a little bit more of awareness, and women just in general feel that they can handle 3 sessions a week.
Okay, this is Rachel Byram. She's working in Australia, Body and Design Oz. Aren't you, love? And what time now then?
Hi.
And what time is it there now?
It is 7:30 in the evening.
Yeah, and still boiling hot. Tell me how hot it has been there today.
About 34, 35-ish.
Yeah, how long have you lived there now?
Since September.
September. It's gone really quick, hasn't it? 6 months you've been there now. And you've opened Body and Design Australia there to huge success. Been really busy, haven't you? Been really busy. So, I'm, proud, obviously, to be associated with you over there and Body Design being over there. And we do this pretty much every week, don't we? A couple of times a week sometimes.
Yeah.
So anyway, how's things going? How's business going?
Really well at the moment. I've got a few bits and bats that obviously I want to go through as far as a few clients go. Just a few little bits and bats stuff that I just obviously want to run past you.
Yeah.
We've got some new equipment, which we got from a local supplier, purely because we put a lot of businesses away. So we've got some freebies, which is always nice.
Awesome. Good.
So, and he's got all our flyers down there and everything. So he's promoting us down there. So yeah, it's all good.
Brilliant. So what was you wanting to know about a couple of clients? Just give us an idea of that, and I'll see if I can help you with that.
One is I've got a lady with type 2 diabetes. She's wanting to lose quite a reasonable amount of weight at the moment. So she's fairly sedentary initially.
Right.
So I've obviously put her on a base diet, but tried not to put too many fruits in and stuff like that, because obviously we don't want the insulin spike and that kind of thing.
Yeah, you're on the right track with that, very much so. Hold on.
Yeah. So light exercises. and all the rest of it. The last checkup that she went to since she started with us, she started a few weeks ago, and she's already come down to 0.4, which is brilliant. But so, like I say, I'm doing her exercise-wise, I'm kind of trying to keep her upright as much as possible. I don't want her up and down too much, so she's doing a lot of body weight stuff against the wall and this kind of thing.
So obviously keep it to the big basic muscle groups. Like you're doing ideal there with the press up, things like you can sit on a wall and do your shoulder presses and things just to stabilize the body, and so you're working much more stabilize the muscles as well to burn as many calories as possible. Things I used to do with some of my clients when they were a little bit heavier was I would take them for like brisk walks, and in between, like in a park for instance, and in between do sort of sets of exercises. Go to one bench, do some seated shoulder presses. Go to another bench, do some press ups on the top part of the bench. Another one, do some shorter squats. On and on and on, just to keep that heart rate up, just to get them to burning calories and get them from being sedentary to actually moving a little bit and then getting a little bit more about the body. As them lose more weight, then you can work with them a little bit more. You can take them into the gym a little bit more, can't you, and start doing more and more of your functional stuff, which what you do with your clients now, which would work ideal, wouldn't it? So I think you're on the right track with that. Get her just eating clean, get her to get her blood sugar levels just really nice and even. So you're giving a good an array of food, so you've not got that spike of insulin and blood sugar drops and everything else. And I think you'll be on the right track. As the weight comes down, obviously the diabetes will be less of a problem. Right, I've got some books which will cover a lot for you, and what I'll do is I'll send you those on, which will cover a lot of like the cholesterol side of things, and about because eggs have got a bad rap for cholesterol, but actually they aren't. There's lecithin in an egg, and it actually reduces cholesterol. It actually, levels that out. So, I'll send you some books on those, or where you can get them on Kindle and things, and you can have a read of that, or you can pass them on to him as far as that goes. One more thing, seeing you there with your tops on as well. I will call down. I'll try and get there today to call down to my supplier for the t-shirts and get them shipped over to you. So we'll get a bundle together of vests, singlets for girls, your t-shirts, your cap sleeve like you're wearing now, and maybe some slash necks or something like that, which are pretty good. For the girls, like the dance type ones, Body and Design Australia on. It'll be fantastic. So we'll get them.
They all want them. They're all pretty much sold already. Everybody wants to buy them, so we're all good.
It's a part of the branding. They all want to belong, don't they? Absolutely. You probably noticed that yourself now, that people are like gravitating to you, and because you're there to help them, and they can see that you from England, you're very buzzy, you're very alive, and you've gone in that community, and everybody's like attracted to you in that way, so you can help.
We've done really well. I am really proud, to be honest, because everybody's got a really good energy about it, and it's good to see. It is really good to see.
Good, well done. Very proud of you. Since September, how much has your business built? How many clients do you have now working with you?
Massively. It's huge. I mean, obviously, yourself, when I first came over, I wasn't planning on going into doing my PT again.
No.
And it just happened organically, really, where my neighbour asked me if I'd do a little bit for her, and then a girl came, and we did a bit for her, and then we got a group going. So we got a group going where we kind of average around 10ish every other day.
Right, brilliant.
Which is fantastic. So they all come in. So they're the regular group ones. But then as far as PT clients go now, and a lot of them have signed up to the 12-week courses where they've paid in full, and we're moving it on through there. I've got some online clients now as well.
Brilliant.
One lady, I actually picked all her kit up from the shop today, took it down to her, set all her kit up, and then we do everything online because she's nearly an hour away.
Awesome.
So just to give that little bit of that effort, take everything down, make sure that she's doing all her exercises properly and everything, and obviously earning my money basically.
Yeah.
So we've done that, and then there's so as far as PTs goes that are here, I would say we've probably got about 10 now.
10 PTs, and then you've got your boot camps as well, haven't you? Similar to how I run mine, but mine's in freezing cold, and yours is on the beach.
Mine's sweating. So and then I've just had Caroline's just messaged me and asked me if I'll do some online stuff with her mum who's in France. So
Awesome.
yeah, we're getting all over the place.
Brilliant, good. glad to hear it. Okay, so you've seen me working with Danielle, you've seen me working with Rachel in Australia and Cindy in Dubai. Now, you know, this business, as big as it is now, dare I say worldwide, started with only 3 girls. 3 girls which did everything I asked of them, and they did fantastic in competitions and got the results, and Body and Design grew from there. Everybody seemed to want to work with me to help them get ready for competitions, and we ended up sort of like winning everything for, I think there was a good long run of something like 10 years where we won every figure competition, you know, every British competition there was for figure going. And that has come from my basic philosophy of only working with people who will step up to the line the same as me. Now, it may sound conceited, but I actually interview people to work with me. Are they going to do as I ask of them? And if so, then I'll work with them and I'll give them all I have. You know, I've said this many times before. If you work with people who actually aren't going to step up to the line, well, they won't get results. And if they don't get results, you won't have a business very long. You know, let me say it that way, because you won't. You know, if you get results from your clients, other clients will flock towards you, and you'll end up with a business which is very hard to handle, to be fair, and takes a lot of time. But you'll end up very rewarded, and you'll you know, I love my life, and I love what I do, and I love helping people, and you know, that may sound, you know, very, what's the word I'm looking for, very cliche, but you know, it's not. I love what I do, and I love helping people, and I think it shows.